Yo guys, Theo here on Common Sense. Today we'll be talking about how to become like me, a superhero. So let's start like this. I don't have a huge following yet, and by the way, I don't want a huge following. I go for quality over quantity always. I'm very niched, and you that already follow me, you're very high quality people. Love you, but I want all of you that could be interested in this. I want. So please like, comment, subscribe, share. Come on guys, help me out here. I'm helping you with these videos, help me back, please. So, I don't have a huge following, but I get in real life and online lots of people that really treat me as if I'm some kind of superhero. Like, they look up to me so much. Like one thing a guy said was that you're 1,000 times more impressive than Arnold to me, meaning Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, you know, those are very significant things to say. I appreciate it a lot. I'm humbled that I am a person that people would say these things to, but you have to understand, there's nothing special about me. The only special thing is that I've taken these actions to become this way I am now. Do you understand? I'm not born this way. Like only 3 years ago, I weighed more than I do now, with like at least 10 kilos of muscle less. And I did not have control over my habits. I drank too much, I ate crap, neglected sleep. I had lots of stresses, anxieties, insecurities that I couldn't get over, and so on. So you see, I'm not just like this, and many people treat it like this. Like when you talk about the fasting, for instance, people are like, I could never do that. No, I just have to eat all the time. And it's like, do you think that I got into the fasting just like realizing that, hey, I can just not eat for days, and that will be great, and I can just do that? No. And it's the same thing. I take this comparison because, you know, with the food, some people don't see it for some reason. But if I told you, like, yeah, my personal best on the deadlift is 220 kilos, and you'd be like, oh, I could never do that. It's like, but you haven't trained. Of course you can't lift 220 kilos yet. It's the same with the fasting. If you've never done it, of course it's going to be difficult for you at first. But so, do you understand? Everyone can become, you know, we're different people. We're going to have different strengths and weaknesses in the end. It's going to be a little different, but everyone can do basically what I've done, basically something in this direction. So in this video, you know, I do talk more about, I give you information about the fasting, how to think about it, the training, all these things, but it's so much more than just like following something, a specific training program, a specific diet, fasting in a specific way. Like that's always part of it in the end. And it gets, as you get more advanced, you think you're just able to follow plans better and stuff, that you can think about it more technically like this. But at first, it's really about asking yourself, what can I do to improve? What can I do to be better? And like this modern world, it has cuddled us. We are spoiled with like all our basic needs, like a roof over our head, food on our table, just comfort and warmth. Like that's something most people of today don't have to worry about. And so we don't appreciate it. We take these things for granted, and we have time to get upset about these other minor things. And also, like us humans, we're wired to take the easy route, because during much harsher times where you really have to fight for your life, you know, fight for that shelter, fight for that food, then if you can catch a break at some point, it's like, yeah, of course. But like, so the challenge, if you compare the modern human to, yeah, like the caveman type, like the challenge for, like back in the day, maybe was surviving, finding food, not getting killed by a predator or something. And now the challenge is the opposite, like, because everything is served, food, and not only food, like junk food and all these comforts, like these little e-scooters. You don't have to walk, you can just jump on an e-scooter that's everywhere. I don't know, depending on where in the world you are, but it's been a big thing in many places. Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden, among other places. So all these comforts just exist. And so our challenge now is to, instead of watching out for the predator, watching out for the danger and finding food, it's not going with this easy, like everything that's just handed to us, not taking all of that. Not taking all of that, so that you do better without it. You become weak. You become weak when you're spoiled. Like if you can't eat all the time and you eat shit food all the time, as soon as you don't get it, you're like, food, I feel bad, I'm hungry. And you're not supposed to be like this. The human body is so capable. You have so much potential. So again, there's nothing special about me. It's the only special thing is I've done these things. I've taken these actions to become this way. So this is just a general video for you to tell you, like, with the fasting, if you haven't done any fasting, start with whatever. If you haven't gone one day without eating, start with that. If you get through that, you're now better. You can now go longer without food. The more you do this, the better you'll be at it. And next time maybe you go 2 days and then 3 days, and all of a sudden you've done a week like me, and 3-day fasts are like a joke, and you do them whatever you want. With the training, like, you haven't trained at all. Like, that is important to say too. 3 years ago, not only was I skinny fat and all that, I could like count on one hand the times I've been in the gym. I'm like great at working out now. And so you just start. You start with whatever. Do it like me. I had a pull-up bar at home, was too weak to do proper pull-ups. So I did negative. I stood on a chair and just went slowly down. And I did push-ups. That's basically it for the first weeks. And then I started adding in more exercises. You know, I prepared at home for going to the gym after training for like 4 or 5 months. So I studied, I like learned what exercise I would be doing and stuff. And then I just come to the gym, and I'm a complete noob, and I just try to do it, you know. And I try, the next time I come, I try to do a little bit more. I used 60 kilos on the bench press for 6 reps last time. Let's try 62.5 kilos this time. This is exactly what I did, by the way. I started out doing 6s with 60 kilos on the bench press. And it's the same like with the cold showers. It's funny, it's interesting to me with like the cold exposure. Like, when you realize these things, that basically everything that's tough for you, everything that's uncomfortable, discover that you like into like, I don't want to do that. I would prefer not to have to do that. All those things leads to growth. Every time you expose yourself to something difficult, you get more capable. It's easier for you to handle this. So the more you do this, it's going to feed into itself. Like what I found from the training and fasting, when I understood, like, they're stressors at different intensities, to quote my buddy Sim. But we were talking about something else then, but it's still the same. Like training, it's tough during that hour or so. You do your workout, and then it's over, you know. And fasting, it's more like it's outdrawn. You never feel like when you're doing a heavy set of squats during a fast, but you can feel discomfort, and you want to eat, and it's more outdrawn. But when you do these things and you realize that, hey, when I choose this temporary discomfort, I feel more comfortable all over, I feel stronger all over. You start like looking for these things. Like, so the cold exposure for me, cold showers, I have not done as like systemic as I've done with the training and fasting, where I really put it into action, made plans and stuff. Cold showers, just something I started doing basically. First, I do saunas, like just go for a sauna or after a workout, you know. And then that's the easiest time to do a cold shower. So I started out doing cold shower because you're kind of, when you're really hot from the sauna, it feels nice actually to go out and get some cold water. And then the next step was to just start doing it in the middle of the day without the sauna. And then I started doing it in the morning. Hated it. I'm often cold in the morning, you know. And now I've just gotten to a point where I don't think it's difficult, or where even in the morning, it's not like I look forward to the cold shower, but even I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna, I go to the coldest water and like, yeah, it's not that cold, you know. You see, this is what I mean with like become like a superhero. To many people, if you can do these things, if you can effortlessly just not eat for days, like you really have a superpower compared to, like, most people, they would feel like complete crap. It would be impossible. Like, they wouldn't even try because it seems so impossible. Going to the gym regularly, like, and not only putting in the work necessary, like you actually enjoy it. It's effortless. You like doing this. Jumping in the cold shower, no problem. Like, these are things, all these things are very tough to sell people that they should do. But I'm telling you, the more you do them, the easier they become. You're so capable. Like, do you understand? You don't have to be a little, like, skinny fat little bitch that just lies at home and doesn't really do anything. You have so much potential. It doesn't matter where you are right now. You can always improve a lot. Do you understand? Like, human beings, we are amazing. The skills that we can learn. We have so much more control over our lives than we think. Like, there are many things we talk about on the channel too that we don't have control over. But we can change so much. Like me now, I become really strong, really good looking, to be just frank. Like, I didn't look nothing like this just a few years ago, you know. I'm strong, and because that's another thing, because when you do the training, fasting, cold exposure, going through these like short-term stresses and discomfort, like it feeds into all your life, like many things. Like yesterday, for instance, I followed some people that were out. After work, I met out with some people that went to a bar. Where I don't really like being in a bar. I barely drink. I had sparkling water, bubble, favorite beverage. And like, you know, it's all these things that basically they're talking about and like are impressed that I'm not drinking, you know. It's like, to me, it's I don't want to drink. I feel, do I look like a person that needs to have alcohol to feel good and be comfortable? No, like no. And this is because I do all these other things. So you understand, this is what I'm trying to convey to you. I've been the person that I would even, you know, pop a beer on my way over to meet the people, because just to get a little bit more relaxed, you know. Like, that's the opposite of being a superhero. Like, you need external things, external powers for you to, but you can, so much can come from within. And like now, for instance, when you find this mindset, you want to be improving all the time. It's like now, I've come far enough with the strength training and stuff. Like, I still have progressions I want to do there, but as I told you, I have hired a mobility coach because I want to learn other things now. Like, okay, this is nothing impressive that I'm doing right now, but you know, I do these things and all of a sudden my body is not just going to be strong, it's going to be really agile, more stable, like yeah, you see, you can improve yourself so much, you can do that. And so when you see other people, like, realize no person is above another one. Like, yes, we have different strengths and weaknesses and we won't end up exactly the same way, but you can look at people, no one is like, we have gifts, we have things that we naturally are like better at and stuff, but everyone can become better at anything. You can become so much more always. So don't look at people like me or someone else you follow that you admire and look up to. You're putting people like this on like a pedestal, like there's something else with them. Like, yes, they are ahead of you right now. They have come further in their journey right now, but it's a journey. It's not like they just started out up here in the world. They had to get there. So yeah, could randomly rant about this for a long time, but I think I'm done here. Become a superhero, do these things. Like, don't overthink it too much. Like, you can watch my content and other content to get ideas, like how should I go about fasting? How should I go about training? What diet would be the best for me? But just start improving, doing improvements. Like, even start going on walks if you don't do anything. Take a daily walk. If you've never been to the gym, just go there. Do something. You don't have to have a plan. Try a few machines. Your diet, you don't know much about diet, but you know that, you know, Coca-Cola is not good for you. Just take that away from your lunch. Like, you're taking all these little steps towards being better. And as long as you keep doing it, like, if you regress, you have that Coke again or whatever, doesn't matter, as long as you get back to it, and it will become easier and easier and easier. And all of a sudden, the things that you feel like, oh, I could never do that, that person is so amazing that could do that, you will be doing it too. This has happened to me. I used to put people on a pedestal like this. Now I am on the pedestal, whatever. I don't view it that way, you know, because I know that you can do exactly what I've done. So please, if you like this video, please like to help support the channel. Please leave a comment. All likes and comments help support and spread the channel so more people find it. So it's very much appreciated. You can comment anything. I love actual real input, but you can put algorithm comment. It helps too. Please subscribe for more content, uncommon sense takes on subjects like this, and more educational content about fitness, fasting, building muscle, improving yourself, all that kind of cool shit. Becoming a superhero. Okay guys, peace.